property transfers. Property transfers is our most comprehensive database of properties registered at the Deeds Office since 1993. It's your one-stop shop for marketing, canvassing, transaction and ownership details. Your gateway to query-driven reports starts right here. Let's show you how. Is the property full title? The suburb name goes here. Does your query relate to sectional title, an apartment building, or office block? Then fill in the suburb here. Or, if you know the registered scheme name, pop it in here. Agricultural land. Rural areas and small holdings can be searched for here. Just a little tip, the farm name does not refer to the little sign hanging on the gate, but rather refers to the name of the farm district. Gated communities have become very popular in South Africa. This generic term describes property developments which may have a wall all around with controlled access. Both full title and sectional title properties are included. SAPTG is currently compiling a complete list of all gated communities nationally. Search for those already listed here. Since we're not all gifted with perfect spelling, our intelligent software helps you find things fast. Here, the principle of less is more applies. Instead of typing the name of the street or the suburb as you think it should be, simply type the first 3 letters of the suburb you wish to query. For example, records relating to Tokai in Cape Town can be found by typing TOK. Then either press search or the enter key on your keyboard. Blue text means a hyperlink, a quick jump to the data. In simple, blue means do. So let's click on Tokai in Cape Town and see what happens. This is where we refine our criteria, ensuring we do not end up with a gazillion records. Okay, what are we looking for? Ownership details, or how many properties have sold between 1 million and 3 million in Lismore Road in the past 12 months? Please don't complete all the fields, just the ones you require. Remember, less is more. To start this query, we would type in LIS and filter the query via price category. Next, filter via date. Oh yes, at this point, it would probably be helpful to explain the difference between transfer and sales date. The sales date is the date on which the buyer and the seller signed the sales agreement, whereas the transfer date refers to the date a few weeks or months later when the property was registered in the new owner's name at the Deeds Office. All done? Then click the search button or enter on your keyboard. Your report will look like this. Before we delve into interpreting the report, let's show you another query example. Let's say we want to know which property in Tokai is owned by Elaine Reardon. Elaine is a new friend you met at a braai. She told you she lives in Tokai and is thinking about selling her house. Which property does she own? In step 3, we start our query. Just a small note, to make things extra complicated, surnames at the Deeds Office are registered with the primary part of the surname first. As an example, Jannie van der Merwe would be Merwe Jannie van der. The last person to purchase the property is recorded as the buyer. We type REAR here. Now press enter or search. Aha! So, her full name is Kim Elaine Reardon. And she lives at 29 Lismore Road, Tokai. Let's have a quick look at the way in which the record is displayed. On the left-hand side, we have a link to CAV or computer-assisted valuation of this property. If you can't contain your curiosity, by all means, click this now, but we will be chatting about CAV a little bit later. Next, the earth number and portion. The street address is derived from the National Address Directory and not from the title deed. Next, the extent of the property in square meterage. Obviously, this does not make reference to the size of the dwelling in full title properties. The rand per square meter column is calculated by dividing the purchase price by the extent of the land size. Sales date, transfer date, and price don't need any further explanation. The bond amount indicated here is the bond registered at the time the property was registered and does not include any possible additional bonds registered after that date. Bondholder is the lending institution. In addition to the buyer's and seller's names, the title deed number is also supplied. Quick links to our suburb review and suburb demographic reports are here. Isn't this great? Now, let's do a sectional title query relating to an apartment building known as Kingfisher House in the suburb of Fourways in Gauteng. Here, in step 1, we type in FOUR. Click search or enter. Since we don't know exactly how the sectional scheme name of the apartment building appears in the deeds record, a simple click here provides a list of all sectional schemes within the suburb of Fourways. Scrolling down, we find Kingfisher House. Following the blue means do rule, we click on Fourways. Now that we know how it appears in the deeds record, we go to step 3 and type in KINGF. And we press search or the enter key. The report will now be generated. By clicking on the transfer date, the page reloads and the records appear in order of transfer date. Each column can be sorted in the same way by simply clicking on any one of the column's headings. A super summary of the report can be found by scrolling down to the bottom. To include or exclude data based on the nature of your query, a straightforward selection here will customize your report. The way in which the deeds office records transactions against a title deed means that we have to pretend to be Sherlock Holmes and look beyond the obvious. For example, it would appear that these 3 records refer to 3 different transactions. However, since it is the same buyer, the same seller, the same purchase price, but more importantly, the same title deed number, it points to just one transaction involving multiple properties. The price over here therefore applies to the entire transaction, including all the properties listed. Such duplicate prices must be removed when you calculate the average price in the sectional scheme. Elementary, my dear Watson. We realize at this point you'll be so amazed with what you see that you'll be dying to either save it or share it with someone else. Email it to a friend by typing the email address in this field. And press the email report button. Alternatively, save to a PDF document. This is why that freebie we gave you earlier was so important. Remember to download Adobe from the home page. This report can also be exported to Excel. And to impress your friends or prospective clients, print a hard copy by clicking here. This wraps up some of the navigational tips in and around the property transfers module.